आपका मकसद ये है कि ज्यादा लाइक क्वांटिटी मैटर नहीं करती, क्वालिटी मैटर कर। सो अभी रिसेंटली एक रिपोर्ट आई है जिसमें जी जेंडर पाकिस्तान जो जेंडर गैप है दैट इज पाकिस्तान कम्स ऑन 158 नंबर आउट ऑफ 158। तो क्या वुमेन सेंट्रिक एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के लिए कुछ ऐसा करिकुलम में अलाइन करना चाहिए? बिकॉज if I just see today's ratio, so there are a lot of female, they are coming, moving forward and they are playing their part. लेकिन as a head of a business school, आप क्या सजेस्ट करेंगे कि करिकुलम में क्या चीजें होनी चाहिए जिसमें जो वुमेन सेंट्रिक गैप है वो इम्प्रूव?
अच्छा रव्या, फर्स्टली तो आई रियली रियली विश कि हम उस पॉइंट पे आ जाएं जहाँ पे हम जेंडर को इन चीज़ों से एसोसिएट ना करें. Having entrepreneurs should actually be nothing to do with gender, irrespective of whether you are a male or a female. But unfortunately हम जिस सोसाइटी में रहते हैं वहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा gender biases हैं, and there are a lot of things where women do have a disadvantage. So for that, I think that there are a few incubation centers currently that are totally women centric, and we can build more also. So in order to give them a safe environment. So a lot of students say if they tell their parents that they directly want to go into an incubation center and start their business, they might not get that permission, although they might have very brilliant ideas. So for that, the universities need to, cater to this need that if they are having an incubation center, they can have a separate space for females so that they feel safe in that area. Secondly, the kind of policies or the rules and regulations that you're making for those incubation centers, they could, keep in mind some kind of women-centric issues that they might have. So having those policies and guidelines in place is always there. And then there's also an awareness part. The females themselves need to know how to protect themselves. I believe that no amount of security can protect you if you are not aware of what the dangers are, whatever you're doing. So I think that the government has provided a lot of helplines for the females for any kind of issues, but we usually don't even know them. And similarly, we have a lot of laws that protect the females, and being a female, we don't even know that either. So it's not just about entrepreneurship. I think the female safety is an overall issue, which is, basically because we are not aware of all those mechanisms that can actually protect us. So I think that generally we need to tell women of their rights, of the kind of laws they have, the kind of protection mechanisms they have. And if we do that, then it will not only help them in becoming an entrepreneur, they can help it, in the rest of the areas of their lives as well. As far as women-centric entrepreneurship is concerned, from my experience, I have found women to be more prone to entrepreneurial ideas than men. So the student ratio that we have, the females are, much better and more enthusiastic at creating those ideas. I have nothing against men, but that has been my experience, and I feel that the females are more detail-oriented as well. Maybe it's a gender thing or not, but they just go into more depth, and they are better at connecting their product and service to the audience, and hitting the target market with their taglines and the marketing and the aesthetic sense. The only thing I feel is the kind of mindset that our society has. They have some kind of hindrance from their parents, where the most important question is that they feel that they will not get those finances, or how will they go out and market that project or that particular service. So for that, I think that again, we need to just tell the females that there are agencies, there are microfinancing banks that fund women a lot, and they just need to basically know those financial institutions, and they can also right now we are in such an advanced age that we really don't need to go outside for anything. You can perfectly run a business virtually without even ever interacting with somebody face to face and in a physical capacity. So I guess that the teachers or the academicians or the kind of entrepreneurs who are coming into these universities and judging those events or maybe mentoring students, they need to tell those females how they can solve their problems, because each case is unique. You can generalize it and say that this is how you're going to do it, but I don't think that every case is the same. So we can have, mentors and incubation centers who can deal with these kind of problems. We can have female mentors also, if that is what makes you comfortable, who can actually tell these females how they can run their business virtually if they have these kind of hindrances. And talking about females, I feel I need to add that we constantly talk about male we're not very open to them in the educational sector as well. But a lot of transgenders are also, into this entrepreneurship business. And I feel that if not in our education system, since we're not very open to it, at least in our incubation centers, we should have, a certain capacity or a certain percentage where we should give time to this community also, because they can also be a very positive part of this entire ecosystem, and then they're more committed to their products, they're more committed to their services, and they're more committed to the idea of earning money and creating a respectable setup for themselves. So I think the points are the same. Just it's just the mindset that really matters. And at the end of the day, Rabia, what really matters is the person who's running the business. If you're really serious about your idea and you wanted to work, I think that you always find a solution to it, whether you are a male or a female or a transgender, or whatever kind of demographics you belong to. So you need to be a person who's highly motivated to do that, to actually come up with something that is going to be successful.